Six-time Paralympic medalist Becca Meyers has withdrawn from the Games. She says the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee denied her request to bring her mother to serve as her personal care assistant.
The United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee have some explaining to do.
Becca's been deaf since birth, and she also lost her vision. And she was told she could not bring her mother to guide her through the Games.
In a heartbreaking story, they have forced a champion's hand and, in effect, ended her Olympic dreams.
9 of the 30 swimmers on the team are visually impaired or blind, but Meyers is the only one who is also hearing impaired.
The U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee is defending this decision, saying they could only have one assistant to help the team due to COVID restrictions.
The bottom line is that no one on that team is trained or certified to deal with blind or visually impaired swimmers, especially in my case as a deaf-blind athlete.
Keep in mind that it's still just 11 staff members for all 34 Paralympic swimmers, and many of them require one-on-one care.
I'm heartbroken. I can't even put it into words. I haven't been sleeping well. I haven't been eating. It's just torn me apart. Swimming is a part of who I am. It's given me identity as a person. I've always been known as Becca the swimmer, now not Becca the deaf-blind person, and now I feel very worthless as a person. And for someone who's trained for 5 years for this moment, especially an extra year with the pandemic, it just makes it all seem like it was for nothing.
It's maddening, saddening, and troubling to hear Becca's story and how the U.S.O.P.C. has failed her. Here's the thing, Becca's good. Like really, really good. The U.S.O.P.C. stance is not only hurting Becca, but potentially crushing their hopes at taking gold in the pool. They are putting themselves at a huge disadvantage here. In an op-ed Meyers wrote, since 2017, the U.S.O.P.C. has approved the use of a PCA, whom I know and trust to be with me at international swim meets because of my disabilities, but not this year. This is troubling for Becca because she really needs her mother Maria as her PCA. At the 2016 Games, she was crying on the floor of her room, frustrated she couldn't find the dining hall. She stopped eating because she could not navigate. Here's where it gets dicey on behalf of the U.S.O.P.C. As we know, Japan is not allowing fans to come watch the athletes compete. The country is currently in a state of emergency because of COVID-19. With this comes reduced staff at the Olympics and Paralympics. However, even with that said, the U.S.O.P.C. told the Meyers family it's out of their hands. They point to the Japanese government's restrictions. The Meyers, using their connections, said, "We contacted the Maryland Secretary of State. We had somebody contact the Japanese government, the ambassador. They all say it's not the government and it's not the organizing committee. It's the U.S.O.P.C. that's blocking this," Mark Meyers told the Post.
Individuals who experience disabilities should not be forced to navigate the Tokyo Olympics without the support that they need in the midst of a global pandemic. This is an outrage and a preventable situation that should never have gotten to this point.
Senator Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire spoke in support of Meyers just a few days ago. They can ask for more official credentials. They just did not plan for her, Mark added. They knew about this issue in February. They said, "Sorry, we can't help you." They've had time to fix this if they asked the right people. They've chosen not to. Instead, the U.S.O.P.C. has told the family there will be one dedicated PCA for the U.S. Paralympic swim team, which consists of 34 athletes plus 6 coaches who can assist with personal needs. Becca wrote, "Athletes with disabilities are able to compete in a setting like the Paralympics because of PCAs. They help us navigate these foreign venues, from the pool deck, athlete check-in, to finding where we can eat. But the biggest support they provide athletes like myself is giving us the ability to trust our surroundings, to feel at home for the short time we're in this new, unfamiliar environment. I have repeatedly been told that I do not need my PCA, whom I know and trust." To reiterate, the U.S.O.P.C. will have one PCA for 34 athletes on the Paralympic swim team. Per Meyers, nearly a third of the swimmers are visually impaired. She continues, "What happens if there's an emergency in the middle of the night? What if we need to be moved from one venue to another quickly? Mass and distancing have made it incredibly difficult for me to make out what people are doing or saying. If I don't have someone I can trust, how can I trust that I will be safe? I did not make this decision on a whim. It was agonizing. I have trained for 5 years to get back to this point. I know my chances to swim for my country are coming to an end, but enough is enough. I need to speak up for the next athlete who is deafblind or disabled in another way. As Paralympians, we train as hard as our counterparts, the Olympians. We deserve the same quality and safety nets that our able-bodied teammates will receive in just a few days' time.